Hearing about the outbreak of this food illness, I couldn't be more happy to be living abroad in somewhere where I know that this type of thing is most likely not going to happen. What's up, it's your boy Sam, trying to come back to do another analysis video, and I kid you not, that's my real name. Michigan says diarrhea outbreak may be linked to lettuce, salad greens as cases rise above 3,000. So I heard about this a few days ago, read on the news, and talked to some friends, chopped it up a little bit about people having to worry about their fruits and vegetables, produce, being contaminated with something that will make them sick, give them a severe case of diarrhea, and will have them glued to the bathroom floor for hours on end. Man, living here in Korea, I moved from Japan, and not having to worry about the local and imported produce because of the strict regulations that they put people through, because this country is primarily composed of Korean nationals, and the government has a vested interest in taking care of the people. Of course, there's some conspiracy theories and things where things can be out of whack or whatnot, but for the most part, they're going to try to take care of the wealth, health, and well-being of their citizens. And by a bonus of that is we're like maybe less than 10% of the population, foreign people. We're going to be included in that, because for them to target such a small minority of the population would just be obvious and just be a lot of work. So we get the benefit of that as well. So let's dive into what they're saying is going on here. More than 3,300 people have caught cases of cyclospora. So what exactly is that? It's a parasite that has been recorded in 2018, with McDonald's and their produce, and when they stopped, selling that vegetables and such, salads at restaurants, because it became an issue. 44 people have been hospitalized in Michigan, and at least 46 people have been hospitalized in Ohio. So, high density in certain isolated areas, but it's been an issue in Texas and Florida, and I think places in between, and obviously the heart of America. So what could be something that's causing this? Less robust illness tracking. So in the wake of 2025, staff cutting and budgets being sliced of public health administrations, ergo Donald Trump trying to save some money here and there. This has caused a major issue, on oversight. And here, people say maybe the government is inept at doing this and that, but they got their eyes, trained like a hawk on certain things, and especially the import of stuff. This is coming from South America, so willing to accept things that should be registered as okay. Well, this doesn't fit in the cut, but for the for the love of the money, they're willing to make exceptions and maybe payoffs here and there. We all know these are things that happen, but you gotta have people that are willing to draw that line to set a standard. And we not only have a slippery slope, but have lack of eyes on that, lack of numbers to do so, because of the budget and number of people that we're employing. So it's dangerous. Two pathogens. They only collect information on salmonella and E. coli bacteria, and as we see now with this issue, with this this resurfacing disease or illness, the tracking is not even registering that. So they're kind of just got their asses out in the wind, just blowing, uncovered. Man. So it's difficult to trace back cyclospora, in cases with E. coli and salmonella. They can sequence read or get the name to match a strain. This gene matching is how scientists spot foodborne illnesses. yeah, but those don't change very much. This one looks like it's kind of sporadic and ever evolving, similar to what we saw with COVID. It was just something that we weren't prepared for, something that we didn't were in the know of. Cases may be undercounted. Cyclosporiasis doesn't typically pass directly from person to person. So, you have these diseases that, people can infect others with. This is coming directly from the produce itself. So, I mean, that's kind of something that, is positive. But yeah, okay, water from a swimming pool. But people become ill by eating or drinking something that's been contaminated weeks prior. But how can they identify it, and how are they able to root it out? Because that is going to cause a problem. If you can't even, have something to register. So they're early signals, but no source confirmed, so they don't know where it's coming from. That means you have to cut off so many supply lines and just root it out. Loss of money and maybe worry on the sides, trust on the sides of these suppliers and such, and damaging relationships across the board. So just something that it's problematic to root out, and problematic because they're worried about that bottom line. So I mean, like I said, it's something that not an issue here because the priorities are in line, they're straight, and provide the people what they need, make sure that protected from the risk, and we can insulate them from these kind of issues. And it's good to have someone, you don't have to worry about where the allegiances lie, or you can just trust them, and that is a huge issue when your government is for sale, lobbying and such, and things that undercut the public trust, safety, and in turn make you you have to avoid things. You have to outsource, and go in a roundabout way around these things, and just avoid it completely, and outsource and go do other options that are more costly. Just makes life more frustrating as a national. But like I said, things that I don't have to worry about on a daily, and just take into consideration and calculate into my my plans and my when I move about. So just keep on you Americans out there, dealing with these things. How's it been for you? How do you avoid these things, or how has this been problematic for you? Let me know. I know you won't, because hey, you're not even watching now. But it's all good, because hey, I love making these videos, talking about these kind of issues, and politics and how that plays out across the board, across the Atlantic, or the Pacific in this case. But anyways, I'll let you about the next issue or non-issue. So take care of yourself, really do, and be safe.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like.
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Centron Anime, Centron Life, or Centron Laughs, or other social media.